Hey, what's up everyone? So before I go into yesterday's kind of failure of a fishing trip, I wanted to go over my kayak. So I just got back from Academy, and spring's almost here. They've got their whole lineup of new kayaks out, and they've got 3 versions of my kayak that I've had for Marley. Dude. Let's try that again. So I just got back from Academy where they had all their new kayaks set up and their new kayaks out on display because spring's about to be here. Everybody's that warm weather's about to come in, and everybody's gonna want to be on the water. So I have had my fair share of kayaks and canoes and paddle boats and all that stuff, and every time I got a new kayak, I was trying to get a good deal, got a clearance one, and every single time I've been kind of let down until I bought the Catch 120. So when I went to Academy today, look, this video is not an unboxing. This old girl is used and abused. So I've had this one for about 2 years, and aside from about 6 months after I broke my leg, I use it every day. So I've used this thing a lot. They've changed a little bit, and I'll go over some of the features that they changed on the 120 that's out now. And I'll also go over, they have the 120, the 130, and the 110. So all of them kind of similar in design, and I'll go over those things. So first, I'll just give you a good look at it. And there's my hood mount for my kayak. So it's pretty cool. Just to have, I'm 6'2", around 200 pounds, and I can sit on it, stand on it, and he goes with me most of the time when I go kayaking. So the kayak is 11 foot 8 inches long, so just under 12 feet long, and at its widest point is 34 inches wide. So that's, you're talking almost 3 feet wide, and that's that's fairly substantial for a kayak. So what I like about it, first of all, is just that size, because I can stand up. So I can be fishing, I can stand up. It's got a little stand-up strap right here. So, and I'm sure in some of these videos I'm going to post after this, you'll see me standing up in it. But I can pull on that to stand myself up. And I can fish standing up. It's so much easier, especially whenever you're trying to pitch into some brush, to stand up and to pitch over it. So I really like that about it. The next thing is the seat. So this seat right here, the newer ones have an even nicer seat, but I can't complain about this seat. So it folds down like so. It's got a metal frame. The only issue I had with it is this strap right here ripping. But I just put a screw back in and it's been fine since. So you can actually take the seat out completely. So there's a little doohickey right here, and that will undo completely if you want to take the seat out entirely. Or you can go into a different, so let's say that you're heading back in from fishing and you want to be lower to the water so you can go faster. That thing sits down even further, closer to the ground. Or you can take the whole thing out completely, but just a really nice seat when you're thinking about sitting in a kayak, right? On the side, it's got these straps, so whenever I'm traveling, I use them to hold my fishing poles in, just these bungee straps, and it'll strap onto that hook right there. But I'll use them to strap down my fishing poles while I'm traveling when it's stored in my truck. But then I'll also use them to hold my paddle. So if I find a good spot to post up at, I'll just hang my paddle up right there so I can concentrate on fishing. So this one, again, I have the older one. It only came with 2 of these flush mount pole holders. The new ones, they come with 4 of them. So they've got these back 2 that are tilted to face backwards. I installed this one, but now the new ones come with these, 1 on each side. So if you get a new Pelican Catch 120, you'll have all 4 of these. So 2 in the front, 2 in the back. But I installed this one. So I installed this fishing crate right here just for more pole storage. I'm about to take this out so I can create like a little seat back here for my son or for him, because he kind of gets on my nerves walking all over me. So, but whenever you buy it, it comes with a bungee system. So there's just this angled bungee system back here that you can store stuff. So these things, they come, I mean, just some of the stuff that has really frustrated me with past kayaks is the handles have been either those cheap nylon rope handles or whatever, and they always break. This thing comes with some heavy duty plastic mounted handles on all four sides. So the front and the back have them. Both sides have them as well, and they are sturdy. I mean, they're very sturdy. So this right here, I added to it, and that's the other thing I love about this is there's so much area that you can just add stuff to it. So I added this fishing pole holder. I added my cup holder for my waters or my pop or whatever, and then I added the Striker 4 by Garmin fish finder. Which I really like. I don't know if I'll talk about it in the video. I did talk about it while I was out there, but I will say this. After watching LFG do his thing with their Lunkers with their new graphs and everything, this is not meant for that. So I use this now mainly to identify structure underwater, and water temperature is a big one, depth. So yeah, depth, structure underwater, and water temperature. So I can really find where the fish could be, because that thing, man, it's not very accurate on finding fish, like a fish finder. So like it says. And then I ran my transducer, so it is wired through here. It comes with a big dry storage. Marley, you gotta move, bub. Alright, so it comes with a big dry storage right here. It goes pretty far back. So in here, I have my extra battery for my fish finder, and then my actual battery that I keep in the case. So it's wired in through there, and then the transducer is wired out through here. And I just made, look out, Marley. Alright, move. And I just made, and it's all chipped up now. I mean, it's been a while, but this is just a PVC, a 1x piece of wood that is screwed down to, and then I've got just a little. I actually used a flag kit. So the flag mounting hardware that's actually made to put up a flag, and I can just screw that nut down. And then my transducer just kind of chills right there in the water next to me as I'm going. Not the prettiest setup, but it definitely works for me. I think you can attach those transducers underneath the boat, but I drag my boat so much, and I was worried about sealing it and all that stuff, so I didn't. I went with this, and I'm happy with it. And you got to think about it. So years of having this boat, and there's nothing broken on it. Like everything works great. It's fine. I have had to do some patches back here, and I got to do another patch right there. But if you watch my video on patching kayaks, it's super easy. So I'm not even like that would take me 15 minutes to fix that patch. Look at that thing. It's rough. Woo! What's under there? Oh, it's the VIN number. But yeah, I keep my tackle in this little box right here. It just stores underneath the seat. I got my little baggie full of my plastics that I keep right down there. Another thing that I really like about it, and I use them for my daughter's boat. That's her kayak down here. But the scupper plugs that this thing comes with is great. So I know my kayak is super dirty, but I use my kayak a lot. So these scupper plugs, man, they really seal this thing up. So I'm excited for whenever I do my 24-hour challenge, because it's going to be, there's no water coming through there. So I'm really, really happy with this thing. So the difference between this one and the 110. So first of all, the 110 is shorter. So it's about 2 feet shorter. But same width, right? So it's just a short, stout kayak. So I really like it. Other than that, the exact same. Now the Catch 130, the first time I saw one was today. Don't know much about it. It may be a little bit longer than this one, but it actually just looks just like the 120, except it's got it has the pedal system like the Hobies. So I've used Hobies before. To me, they were really small. I mean, I used the big Hobie and it still felt small. And whenever I use the Hobie, again, I'm not a super big guy, but I felt way too big to be in that kayak. This one's much more comfortable. That pedal system was amazing whenever I used the Hobie, because we were going up a river. And going up a river, look how big this thing is. Like, that thing doesn't cut through the water real great. So to be able to use the pedal system was a lot easier than having a paddle. But right now, to be honest, with my leg the way it is, I couldn't even do a pedal system. But it's also, I think I paid $750 for this one brand new. I believe the newer version is $799, and the Catch 130, with the pedal system, is $1,500. So you're paying a lot for that pedal system. Look at him. He's such a goober. You're such a goober, bro. Such a goober. Anyways, that's the Catch 120. Look, if you have any questions on it, feel free to ask the questions in the comments below. Here you go. I'll show you some footage of yesterday's non-epic fishing trip. And tonight, me and the kids are going to see a monster truck show, so that'll be really exciting. So look, thanks for watching. Here's some footage from yesterday. Peace. So I'm gonna go to, it's a little creek that goes into a private lake, but it's so, it's beautiful. For where I live, there's not very many pretty places. Like West Texas isn't very pretty, but this creek doesn't feel like you're in West Texas at all. Like, it feels really nice, and there's trees everywhere, and the water's pretty. But since it's a private lake, they fenced off the access to the lake. And then the creek, I don't even know how the creek is private or what, but they also fenced it off. Like, they actually put a fence through the water to where you can't get in. So I'm gonna see if I can squeeze my kayak over there and go back in there, just because it's pretty. I doubt there'll be any fish up in the creek. I'm sure they all have gone down to the lake, but at least it'll be good scenery. So hopefully I can break in there. Rebel. Check it out. Alright, so it looks like somebody already came through and took that fence down that went all the way across this little stream. That's a pretty cool little creek. So we're gonna go up there and see if we can't catch anything. I do want to say this. I think it is so ridiculous how people come out fishing and leave their freaking trash everywhere. Like, god dang, pick up after yourself, hillbilly. This place is supposed to be beautiful. Alright, let's get the boat in the water.